So you turn towards the world of audio recording. Luckily, there's tons of information around the internet to help you out. Unfortunately though, the sheer amount of info can be quite overwhelming. You might encounter terms you never actually heard of, engineers talking about things you don't know how to do, and so on. The list goes forth. For that reason, I'll put together a little series of basics to audio recording to help you starting out. So without further ado, here are a few things that are absolutely essential to your recording process. You'll need a computer, a digital audio workstation, an interface with 2 to 8 inputs, 4 to 10 XLR cables about 5 meters long, 2 or more guitar cables about 3 meters long, 2 to 8 mic stands including small ones for kick and snare, 1 dynamic instrument mic, and 1 set of microphones for your drum set if you want to record live drums. Things you can do without, but you shouldn't, are 1 condenser vocal mic, monitor speakers and closed headphones. Also, I'd recommend getting a DI box, a 2-channel mixer, tools for guitar setup and an external hard drive. So what are these things for? Everything will come together on your computer. Raw recorded data will be saved there and it will run your DAW. The DAW or digital audio workstation is your workbench and toolset. You will manage and edit everything you record from within your DAW. There are tons of different ones from free to Ferrari. Since a session with multiple tracks and effect plugins will eat up quite an amount of resources, make sure your computer will have a decent CPU and at least 16 gigabytes of memory. About 500 gigabytes of hard drive space should be enough for all data. All your instruments and microphones will be plugged into your audio interface, which then is plugged into your computer. Basically, it's an external sound card that amplifies and converts the analog signal going in to digital information your DAW can handle. While this is not 100% correct from a technical point of view, it's how you will use it. Also, it will give back the signal to your speakers. Depending whether you'll record live drums or not, you will need an interface with at least 2 inputs. 8 are the bare minimum for rock drums, jazz will work with 3 or 4. Switchable phantom power is also a huge plus and found in most devices. XLR cables connect your microphones to the interface. You will always need 2 more, cause they tend to break when you need it the least. Guitar or jack cables will be used for electrical instruments. Mic stands should be pretty obvious, you'll position your bad boys with them. Now for the interesting part. You'll need at least 1 dynamic mic designed for instruments. For almost everyone ever, your mic of choice will be the Shure SM57. It's a classic you can't go wrong with. If you want to record single instruments in stereo or a full drum set, you will of course need more mics. There are some decent sets for drums by AKG, Shure or Samson that will have 2 small diaphragm condenser mics for overheads, meaning to be placed above the drum set to capture the whole kit. Those are gold, especially the ones by AKG in my opinion. They can do about any instrument and even vocals. Most designated vocal mics are large diaphragm condenser mics. I'll dig a little bit deeper on different kinds of mics later on in the series and are not so crucial to your recording if you own one of those drum packs. You can of course sing into an instrument mic, it just won't sound that good. Overheads are doing a decent to good job on this if you need to cut any expenses. Now monitor speakers are designed to deliver a clean and tight image of your recording. You can actually record and mix without monitor speakers, but you need to be aware that you won't listen to an accurate representation of your mix at any point. Ordinary PC speakers will mask or generate audible issues on which you can't be sure if they are in the mix or in the speakers. Another thing you can go without but shouldn't are closed earphones. You will play back your click track or monitor track as you perform. If the headphones are not properly isolated, the mics will hear it. While not as tragic in loud parts, it can completely ruin quieter ones. Now for things I personally recommend when starting out. The most useful thing will be a DI box. This little box will split any guitar or bass signal, making it 2. One of them goes into the amplifier as is, the other one will be switched to balance, meaning like microphone signal, and goes directly into your interface, as in DI for direct input. DI tracks can be used for layering to be played back to the amp if the initial recording turns out to be bad, which is described by by the term reamping, or it can be used with amp simulations. A 2-channel mixer can be used to set up a talkback if you need to record a musician in another room or to do some multiple mic setups. The last two things that will come in very handy are a toolkit to set up guitars and basses and an external hard drive to store backups. Okay, that's it for today. If I missed something or the explanation was questionable, feel free to let me know so I can cover it later on. Don't want to miss the next episode, feel free to subscribe as well. Next time, learn how to choose your DAW.